My name is Ari.
And my name is Dante, and this is PenPop. How are y'all doing today? We filmed the 7 episodes consecutively, so I think I know how we feel. Gun to the head. Absolutely.
Today's song is another modern Disney classic intertwined with the minds behind Hamilton.
Let's explore We Don't Talk About Bruno by the cast of Encanto. Released on November 19, 2021, Bruno was the lead and only single from the Encanto soundtrack from the Disney animated musical film of the same name soundtrack, directed by Jared Bush and Byron Howard. The song was written and produced by Lin Manuel Miranda and Mike Elizondo.
Encanto follows the Colombian family clan the Madrigals, where each child is expected from Maribel, played by Stephanie Beatriz, who receives magical gifts from miracles that help them serve the people in their town. After learning that her family's magic is waning, she tries to understand what is happening and how to solve the problem before it's too late.
Drawers, floors, doors. Let's get into the lyrics.
I'm in my pan.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to get your pens out.
That's right, let's get into lyrics and our first thoughts on We Don't Talk About Bruno, no. I remember watching this when it came out on Disney Plus while at home doing school virtually because we were in the middle of the pandemic. And yeah, my town was in and out of lockdown. But I was hooked on Disney Plus. I really need to reinstall her, but I took a break because I can't be wasting time watching all these shows. But I was watching Pose, AHS, American Horror Story, Empire, all the new movies, and Lin Manuel will pay for his crimes. And because I say that, because We Don't Talk About Bruno had the audacity to dethrone Adele's Easy on Me, and it would have stayed at number one for another 6 consecutive weeks, and it could have matched Mariah's record. It's okay. We'll let the kids have their fun.
What I remember about Encanto was I just remember seeing it on my screen, and I was like, you know what? Let me watch this. It looks interesting. Then I made my mother watch it too. I definitely I watched the whole thing, seated for it. Lin Manuel, a crime you must pay for. You do
However,
not.
it's a catchy soundtrack.
A queen.
I will exactly.
And
it's the queen on queen crime.
I think it's mostly attributed to TikTok because it took off, and it was a very good time for it to take off. And I agree. Adele said, "I don't make music for TikTok." Adele, take a lesson here. Take a note. Take a pen. Take a. Hey, girl, I know you don't. Yeah, listen, I love you too, and I'm mad at just as you are. But you say you don't make music for the TikTok. But this is what happens. This is what happens when you don't make music for the TikTok. These people do, and they get on you and they write it to the number one, and that's what happens. Okay, so take notes. So for the next time, maybe do a couple TikTok hits.
Adele, Dazeem, they're playing the games, and I'm not having the games.
Exactly. Well,
but anyways, let's get into these lyrics. Ready? We don't talk about Bruno, no. You know, when this first came out, I didn't understand that it was like from the movie.
Yeah.
So I'm like, why are we talking about who's this Bruno person? Bruno Mars? What's going on here? I'm like, no, I thought he was doing Silk Sonic. What's happening? And then I realized it was a new Disney movie.
Which I have to say, was there promo around it? Because I don't remember seeing it before.
I don't remember. I think it went straight to Disney Plus because it was the pandemic. They didn't do theater.
Right.
I think there was like ads. I mean, like, what else could you do at that time? I don't recall the promotional cycle.
Yeah, I don't recall either. So that's why I'm, like, what led to the movie?
They had like
success.
they had performances later on. It was TikTok. It was literally TikTok.
Yeah.
And We Don't Talk About Bruno and all the songs on TikTok. I remember.
I actually remember when I was at the clinic, like for COVID, injecting people with a vaccine, and the kids would come in and they were like obsessed with this stuff, and I'm like, hey, what is this? Why are we watching? And I think that's why I started watching. I don't remember. I don't recall exactly.
It was the new Frozen. It was everywhere.
Yeah, it was everywhere, and the children knew every word of the lyric. It was there. It had the claim. It's Disney. You can't go wrong.
It was my wedding day. It was our wedding day. So first it's like the two characters, the husband and wife. And she was saying, it's my wedding day. It was our wedding day. We were getting ready and there wasn't a cloud in the sky. No clouds allowed in the sky. Bruno walks in with a mischievous grin. Thunder. And then she's kind of like, he's interrupting. And she's like, are you telling the story or am I?
I'm starting to movie that. Go on.
What does mi vida mean? Like, darling,
my life,
what does that mean?
Or my love, or my life. Vida means life.
Okay. Bruno says, "It looks like rain. Why did he tell us? In doing so, he floods my brain. Abuela, get the umbrellas. Married in a hurricane. What a joyous day, but anyway." So I like what I love about what's his name?
Lin
Lin
Manuel.
Manuel is he just it's very a conversational thing.
Yeah,
It's
he's
kind of
very
it's
conversational.
rap, it's pop. He blends genres, and you could tell this is like made from somebody who makes musicals because it's very active dialogue between the characters.
Yeah, that's what he do. He's good at it. I'm not gonna lie.
So the Bruno character, he is kind of like the fortune teller, but he kind of makes people believe that it's going to happen when if he didn't tell them it wouldn't have happened, but because he changed the attitude, and that sometimes they're saying like that's why you should never get your fortune read because then you're gonna obsess about it
Yeah.
until it actually happens. But then we go into the chorus again. We don't talk about Bruno, no. So every time I say we don't talk about Bruno, it's kind of like an interlude as we switch to the next character because it's we're going through. Must you do that?
Why is it annoying?
Yeah, I can hear it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Can you stop,
This is
please?
scratching your brain.
So as we do, we don't talk about Bruno. It kind of goes to the next character. We go through each member of the family and their bad experience with Bruno. So we go to the next
Yeah.
character. Okay. Hey, and this the whispering one, Dolores. The one that's popular on TikTok. Hey, good to live in fear of Bruno stuttering and stumbling. I can always hear him sort of mumbling and mumbling. I associate him with the sound of falling sand. Shh, shh, shh. Yeah. Now that was really fast, so we'll go line by line.
Thank you. Um, he grew up to live in fear of Bruno stuttering and mumbling.
She is Dolores. Dolores. So Dolores is the one that can hear everything.
Oh, sorry. She grew to live in fear of Bruno stuttering and mumbling. So, like, I guess, like, oh, because she can hear. Right, right. I remember her.
Yeah, so she doesn't want to hear like his
Right.
visions because she hears them all. Well, the family is villainizing him because he's sort of telling the truth and he's sort of giving them the visions and they don't want it to come true because they don't want to hear it. But when it actually happens, they blame him for basically their
Not telling them.
demise or things going wrong.
Maybe he's
True.
hearing
So,
voices. I always associate
mhm,
him with the sound of falling sand. Shh, shh, shh. Because he's telling the voices, shh, be quiet. Don't say that shit. Don't be talking.
mhm.
So, what if, this is my theory, the whole family has some form of power, but also could be related to the mental health, the mental, problems that
Oh,
they think they have powers. It could be, well, I don't know. But what was the other powers? I don't remember.
well, you see in the back, the character has like
Oh,
strength,
strength.
and
And okay, so
another one grows flowers.
yeah, so maybe they have some form of delusions or hallucinations or things like that. And Maribel is the only one that's actually
Normal,
normal.
and that's what she has family trauma because she has to carry the brunt of everybody.
Exactly.
Oh, you did that.
So maybe that's why Bruno has some form of schizophrenia or something like that, and he is actually fighting. That's why shh, shh, telling the voices to quiet, and he's always mumbling and stuttering because he's always
Mm.
in a dispute with the voices. In my opinion,
Okay, we're really coming through with the conspiracies this
I
season. Okay.
know.
So, anyways, it's a heavy lift with a gift so humbling,
Yeah,
like you said. It's a burden. It's heavy to tell the truth. Something bad you don't want to tell somebody that's gonna happen, but it's gonna happen. I gotta warn you. Always left Abuela and the family fumbling. Like I said, they all hate his ass because they're grappling with prophecies they couldn't understand.
uh,
Do you understand? And then we move on to the next character.
it's a-
A 7-foot frame. Oh, so this is the character that morphs. They can shapeshift into different animals and people. So at
oh,
this point, he shape shifts into Bruno, and he's kind of again like antagonizing him. And he's saying a 7-foot frame, like he's saying he's really tall, but actually he's not. Rats along his back because he lives in the walls of the house, and that's where all the rats are. When he calls your name, it all fades to black.
right. Because when he tells you the future, he's about to. You're like scared
Mhm.
and feast on your screams. So but they're just villainizing him. You're right. So he like
He sees your dreams. He feasts on your screens. Like they're
he,
thinking that he gets a rise out of their demise, but
yeah,
he's just telling the truth.
exactly.
Yeah, and then so now at this point we go into kind of the other people in the town, um, and so this person said he told me my fish would die the next day dead.
He told me I'd grow a gut. And just like he said, "Oh no,"
Well,
he said, "Well,
he
he didn't
said,
tell me, and I still grew a gut. What happened?"
we don't talk about.
Wait.
He said that all my hair would disappear, and now look at my head, and it's the
Right.
priest, and he's wearing a toupee, and he's bald under. Your fate is sealed when your prophecy is read.
He told me that the life of my dream will be promised and someday be mine.
I love this part because it's the sister with the long hair that does
Yeah.
flowers, and she's on like a flower string, and she's coming down, and it's kind of like
He
a cappella
told
moment,
me
and they're
that
all
my life
y'all
of my dreams would be promised and someday be
someday be.
mine.
What's her
It's
name?
like that.
Isabella. Isabella.
He told me that the powers would grow like the grape that thrived on the vine. Oye, Mariano.
That's the abuela. She's like, and Mariano's on
Oh,
his way, which is played by Maluma. He told me that the man of my dreams would be just out of reach. That's Dolores because Dolores, they're in a love triangle, right? So Mariano is engaged to Isabella, and Dolores likes
mm,
Mariano's. But then also Isabella doesn't really like him back. So
exactly. Betrothed to another. But if you think about like this is a very good story told even in a song. And like you said, it's a musical.
I know.
And that's what Lin Manuel does. He knows how to tell a story through a song, which he did in
hmm
Hamilton.
It's foreshadowing like all the
Yeah.
subplots.
And he's able to take like the whole story and put it into a song
hmm
that is foreshadowing a lot of the movie.
This is where each character sings their verse, and it's all overlapping.
Right. It's like combination of all of them and spread out.
So it's like a 7-foot frame. It was my wedding day. It was our wedding day. Rats all on his back. We were getting
Yeah.
ready. Whatever. He sees your dreams. Bruno walks in with a mischievous grin and feasts on your screams. Thunder. You telling the story or am I? In doing so, he floods my brain. Married in a hurricane. He's here. So then Mariano arrives. And then Mirabelle goes upstairs and she's like putting together like the pieces of something, I think, that says her prophecy basically is she is going to be the reason the house falls under. And so now she's thinking like, why did I talk about Bruno? I don't talk about Bruno. No, I think like it's not really a song where you analyze the
Yeah.
lyrics, but you kind of like you're trying to follow the story. And so, honestly, like when I first watched the movie, like everything was just happening so fast. It was
Oh,
very
for sure.
overstimulating. I have to say, the movie. I was like, wait a minute, can we put
It
this
was
down a
too
bit?
much. Yeah. It was
Slow it
too
down.
fast. It's fast paced, the movie itself. Why do you think this song out of all the songs was the most popular one?
I think because it touches upon so many different styles of music. Like it's kind of like the part that went viral is we don't talk about Bruno, no, and Dolores' part was like Bruno na, 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 stumbling, I can na, 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 na. And I think because it's fast, so it's like rap, which is really popular
Yeah.
at the time. So it's kind of like a hip hop song basically, and it's also has Latin influences, which also kind of relates to people who are big right now, like
Yeah.
Bad Bunny and Cardi B and those
That
people.
makes sense.
All at one point, all the different parts went viral. So I think that's what made this song so popular. Is like each verse appealed to somebody. Like my favorite part is he told me that the man of my dreams, na, na. And then other people like the Dolores part, and other people like 7-foot frame.
Got it.
Yeah.
And if we look at all of them, what was this one the most, appealing to the crowds? And is that
hmm
melodic person.
And like you said, it describes the movie.
Mhm.
Like if you listen to the song, it's about each character talking about their aspirations or their problems. So you can kind of get a gist of what the movie's about if you don't watch the movie. Okay, let's take a break and we'll be back to discuss all things Encanto.
Hey guys, we're stopping our very own podcast for our very own fake ad until we get sponsorships.
We love manifesting. Make sure to follow us on whatever social media you're on at PenPop Podcast to get notified for new episodes, because why would you miss them?
Or just talk to us in general on our personal accounts at Dante _, and at Ary Dominguez Official.
And if you like what you're hearing so far, don't forget to leave us a rating or review from wherever you're listening to this podcast.
And now, back to PenPop.
PenPop.
And now that we've analyzed the lyrics, we have to get a little bit into the rollout, the movies, the song, the music video, and a lot more. Let's go.
Okay, Bruno is a mid-tempo song. It blends salsa. Now I need your help here. Is it garia?
Guajira?
Guajira. Guajira, pop, hip hop, dance, Broadway style cha-cha beats, minor key vocals, and polyphonic outros, where it's like multiple people talking. It is also influenced by Cuban folk music, and each character gets their own distinctive music style. So, the couple Peppa and Felix get Cuban piano, Dolores gets soft electronic beats, stumbling and stumbling, whatever. Camilo has spooky sounds because he's describing Bruno, and Isabella has pizzicato strings, and it's more like stripped down.
The song has been translated in 46 languages, and when released, immediately went viral on TikTok, shot to number one on Spotify, and earned 30 million views in its first week. Bruno peaked at number one on the Hot 100, becoming the second number one song from Disney film since Aladdin's A Whole New World, and stayed there for 5 weeks, and another feat never done by any Disney film.
Hmm. And you can really see the impact there, like Lin Manuel's impact from Hamilton and Encanto. Like now, every movie is trying to have their like rap moment. Even in the new Little Mermaid one, which he was involved in as well, I feel
Yeah.
like they tried to do something with the scuttlebutt, and it did not land. But for the first time, that's where it worked. And even like I don't know, I see a lot of animated movies. They now do little rap parts. They do songs like that where they're trying to emulate that Hamilton style. Additionally, it was the first time a Disney animated soundtrack had an album and song both at the top of the charts. In the UK, it topped the charts for 7 weeks, the longest song at number one for the year. It also had similar success across Europe, charting in the top 10.
The song also won a Grammy for Best Song Written for Visual Media, but was not submitted for a nomination at the Academy Awards.
Now that I don't understand. Why did they not submit this for an Oscar?
I have no idea. But at the same time, I guess they just knew that they were never going to win.
I guess because they didn't think it was like a traditional enough song.
Yeah, because if they won a Grammy, they definitely could have won an Oscar.
That's what I think.
I
Let's
let
talk
the boardroom
about.
decide that.
Yes, well, the boardroom will probably not decide that because they are, you know, how they
Yeah.
run with everything. Let's talk about the movie performances and interviews. The scene itself, I love everything's very colorful. I love the different sounds. I love how the house moves. Again, I love Isabella's part because she's everything goes dark and they're all looking up at her and she's coming down with the spotlight. It's kind of like a Broadway show in the movie,
Hmm.
which makes sense because he is familiar with Broadway. And I think the transitions are also really good.
Well, I think the movie, yeah, like the movie itself, like you said, it was very fast paced. It was very, but he knew that because he knew our attention span was short, especially
Hmm.
children nowadays. So they had to be fast paced. Not just
Yes.
him. I'm sure he worked with the director or whatever, the producer, and they knew that that had to happen. So he had to write a fast paced song that also was. I don't think he wrote it for the TikTok intentionally,
Hmm.
but there was part of it that played into it because if you think about it, he's able to like make the song a number one. Like, I mean,
Exactly.
who can do that these days? No,
Hmm.
barely some really artists who are actually working on it.
Yeah, like
So,
up
and
until
it's from a movie, like it's a soundtrack, like
mhm. Up until Barbie, I just feel like soundtracks have been very lackluster, and this was one of the like this and The Greatest Showman like are two examples that I think of from the late 2010s and Black Panther.
yeah.
But other than like those ones that are standouts, most soundtrack albums have been flops for me. It's been chops.
I just don't really like cartoon. If that makes
Hmm.
sense. I guess I'm not a child, but
Yeah,
it's I'm not into the cartoon phase. But I think it did a very good job of being um like real. Like Maribel, she kind of looks like real in a way.
yeah.
Well,
I think
there are people, but you know what I mean.
I think it's more authentic because it's not really a plot about an adventure or like a big supernatural force. Like, yes,
Yeah,
they have
yeah,
magical powers, but like it's about a family and the
it's a family.
internal dynamics in the family ultimately.
Yeah,
So I think that was
and
really
it's
relatable to people.
yeah. That's why I think like it's the thing about family you can't go wrong is like you have to just understand it a little bit better. But for kids, it's a great movie.
Hmm.
Kids to learn all about that and have a you know familiar concept to the life.
Yeah,
So yeah, I think itself was really good. Now the performances, did they perform this live? I remember
the Oscars.
the Oscars or something like that that they did.
Yes, so they did the Oscars and they had the whole cast do it live, and so
Mm,
they kind of it was like call it? It was like a get together of like all these amazing Latino artists. I'm trying to say, because we they brought out Becky G to do like one verse. They had Sheila E on the drums, and they had the whole cast, and they kind of had the mariachi band. I'm surprised they didn't get Maluma though. Um,
hmm I thought he
Maluma was in the movie, and like I don't remember him on any songs. Was he
Oh,
in the songs? But I'm
mm,
surprised like he didn't have like a solo song for it. And then they brought out Megan the Stallion to do kind of this one-off verse, but
yeah.
it was never released on streaming.
So I just wonder why is that more a lot of people break roles into this kind of acting? Is it because it's voice acting and maybe they don't
Like
want to like actually do like a movie?
like Maluma?
No, like some like most not most, but like some artists.
I think um most people kind of just fall into roles like this.
That's
I
true
mean, like if
because their
you're I
music and
but I don't want to speak for them, but voicing for an animated movie is I'm not saying it's
very
worse
different
than
than
actually acting. I feel like I just hear a lot of stories where actors like I this wasn't what I wanted to do. I kind of just fell into it and it became like a blessing in disguise. Like Idina, our girl Idina. I mean, she was successful on Broadway in her own right, but like Frozen took her career to like the
yeah
next level and to get her opportunities such as creating the Beast
the beat.
Baby. So and when it's Disney, you know you're gonna get a good consistent check. So I mean, it's a no brainer for me.
Alrighty, everybody, it's time for the sign off. What are your final thoughts on this beautiful "We Don't Talk About Bruno" song?
It was catchy. It was refreshing. And it was just like I wrote down. It's alive. I don't know how to describe it. It's very full of life. It's
Yeah,
alive to me.
yeah. As you can see, like look, like their energy level is like through the roof. No
Yeah,
normal person acts like this, but it's that bring like you see like bringing in that stamina to the characters.
yeah.
And I don't know. I mean, I like it. Like I really do enjoy it. I made my mom watch it too. Carl did not finish it. Um, but I do like remember like I think this is the only movie like I saw and I actually went right away to watch it
Hmm.
because I don't know. It was something to it. I guess it was the song. It was very popular at the time, and it brought a lot of change. The only thing I'm questioning is why the downfall after
The downfall of what?
this. Do kids still watch it? I don't know. I'm wondering.
Are you kidding me? It's huge.
Still?
Yes, I hear kids talking about it all the time.
I
They
don't
love
hear
it.
any kids about it.
They go crazy for
Actually, that's
Mirabelle.
a
They
lie.
love.
Next semester, actually, in a couple of weeks, I'm gonna let you know how they feel about it because I will be working with kids, and I'll ask them, "Hey, how about
I feel
Encanto?"
like, yeah, I feel like before it was very much about like Ariel is very much about um Tangled, and people
Yeah.
loved
What the hell is
Frozen.
this?
Now it's very much about Frozen, Moana, and Encanto.
That's what I'm saying. But Elsa, and Anna were everywhere. Okay, you cannot tell me. Encanto is not as. I
Well, I
guess it's a
think it
different
you can't
time. It's a different
because the
time.
pandemic, so they couldn't go full out with the promo. Big, I mean, the song went number one. Let It Go did not.
Yeah, but for me, Let It
But
Go,
yes,
or not
I
Let It
think because we
Go,
were
the movie Frozen one was bigger to me than this.
Well, I think because we were actually living and
Through
going
it,
outside,
yeah,
and whereas like this, we were inside.
inside,
Like I couldn't understand the cultural impact because I
yeah,
was stuck in my
yeah,
house.
exactly, exactly. That's really what it is. That's what I think it is. I don't know. I guess they focused more on digital marketing rather than Frozen was a marketing in general. It was
Yeah,
everywhere. Y'all
well, it was a
know how the
different
Frozen shit went
time.
down,
Yeah, because that's when we all used to go to the movie theaters. Now we don't, unless it's like a big movie like Barbie or something.
and it looks like
Because
a
it ain't
bog.
cheap, and why would I go if I can watch on Netflix or Disney
Yeah,
Plus?
yeah. Well, okay. Well, thank you so much for watching this beautiful episode. We have fun talking about Miss Encanto. Lin Manuel. Also, I want to say, why wasn't Lin Manuel? I'm surprised he didn't make a cover or a little appearance here and there for in this work.
I I feel like
He
he may have
did.
did a cameo or something, but I'm
Yeah.
just not a big I'm not involved in that world, so
No, me
I don't
either. I
know.
have no idea,
As
but I'm
as
just
far
saying.
as my research goes, he was not, but he like sang the demo. There's videos online of like them like recording it. They recorded it on Zoom call, and he has to like direct everybody. And so
A Zoom
he
call.
is the one. Yeah, they had to like basically like the Mirabelle person who plays Mirabelle is like in the studio, and then like he's on the other line like watching her do it, and she finishes the take, and he's like, okay, great, or he's like, okay, let's
Mm.
try it this way.
Like we said, thank you so much, everybody. We hope you enjoy the
Hmm.
video. I hope you enjoyed Encanto. Let us know how your children are dealing with Encanto. Was it a good success? I don't know. You let us know.
And let us know if your children are annoying you with Encanto, okay?
Yeah.
Because I know I annoy my parents with Frozen. So
Yeah, let us know. Write a comment. Let us know how you feel. What do you like about the show? What you don't like. Look at her, Superwoman up in here, Maribel. Gracias a todos los latinos que están viendo estas cosas, que tienen aprendiendo cómo hacer la película de Encanto. Si te gustó este programa, por favor, dale un like y compártelo con tus amigos. There you go, everybody. Hope you enjoyed. We will see you back next time on the next episode of PenPop. Remember to subscribe or follow us, okay? Hit it, Dante.
bye, y'all. That's all I got to say.
Okay, bye-bye.
Gorditos out.
PenPop is produced and edited by Ary Dominguez and Dante Domenico. Hosted by Ary Dominguez and Dante Domenico. Graphics created by Ary Dominguez and Dante Domenico. Themes music created by Ary Dominguez. Thank you to the listeners who support us. If you'd like to show your support or learn more information, visit the show notes in your podcast app.
Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by a copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Bye!